Yo, what's up guys, this is Astronex and I'm back with another Epic 7 video. And once again, I'm gonna do my daily summon, and if I don't get a hero, I'm just gonna keep on summoning until I get a hero and then review whichever hero I get. So let's begin. Now Vildred and Cecilia. Vildred, I have says already, Vildred's a good farmer, but the single target damage department, Vildred is not that good. There are better heroes for her. There's Sid, and I would go for Cecilia for arena defense and maybe some PvE, but mostly for PvP. She's a very strong hero, and like, if I had to choose a 5-star here that I really want, and with the knowledge that I have now, if I re-rolled a new account, I would go for Haste. I would definitely go for Haste. Extremely strong hero. Very good speed with the whole bleeding, with the healing as well. And for 4-star, I really like Karen. But I mean, there's a ton of good heroes in this game, so let's go. Let's go here, free summon. So if I get an artifact, I'll just do a quick review of the artifact, and I'll just keep on summoning with my own bookmarks. Alright, artifact. Sword of the Morning. Increase attack and speed by 10% when health is less than 50%. I mean, you have to have your health below 50%, so you can't really abuse the speed increase. And yeah, you could use that if you don't have anything better. You could use it for like if you are using a lifesteal set on a farmer, when you dip below, well, you'll have the attack and speed increase, which is gonna help out with staying alive. So here I'll go with Cecilia banner. So star hero Clury. Alright, Clury has her specialization and as a character now, like, without the specialization, she's not that good. Someone just asked me actually in the comment section of a previous video about Clury, and yeah, she's got this thing here: increase her combat readiness by 20%, scales with defense. Well, this goes up 25% combat readiness. This can have 10% health recovered the start of the turn. Here is that's the thing though, this third skill, when you advance her with the specialization, it becomes crazy for PvP and for PvE on certain encounters. So this is up to 100% chance to provoke and then decrease defense for 2 turns. But it just says that it provokes and then decrease defense. Well, it says provoke and decrease defense at the same time. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. It just does it and it then decrease defense. This goes down to 5 turn. Now, if we go here, let me show you why she's so good after you advance her. Wait, this is the normal version, and okay. Falconeer Clury. This thing is crazy. 100% chance to dispel all buffs on the target, and then before. So it's important the order, because dispels first. So if the target is immune to debuffs, if the target is immortal, it will be taken away, it would be stripped, and then you're gonna have 100% chance to provoke for 2 turns and decrease defense. when you decrease defense, you deal double damage against that target. It's basically the target's defense is cut in half, and so you're dealing double damage. And then if you have attack buff, you're gonna do triple damage. And the stat on Cluri, because that's who I got, then we'll go through her specialization. So 5-star speed is at least it's in the 100. It's okay. The health and defense seems to be good. Attack is low, but I mean it scales with defense. So yeah, almost 600 here. It doesn't say on this thing though. Someone would have to tell us in the comment section if this actually does damage when she does it. Because this scales off of defense, but if this does damage, it doesn't state that it will scale with defense. So yeah, she could just be spamming her skill 1 for damage, and this is just like some kind of magic attack or whatever she does to do these debuffs. Now the 6-star stats, yeah, a lot of health, and yeah, good defense too, so great survival. And here in the Awakening, the first one, health, effectiveness. Now here the difference is that you get the decreased defense on the target. Ignore effect resistance when you soul burn for 20 souls. That will make it so the target cannot resist it unless they have immune debuff on them. Nightmare Mask, that's for the 6th awakening. Blessing of Orbis for the 5th. Let's check her skill enhancing. Okay, Pad Power Loop, same as Tierra. In terms of what you should power up first, well, since whatever you do to this hero, when you do her specialization, she retains all that, the skill ups, the level, the gear, everything. So since the third skill is pretty much why you would build her, you should enhance that first. Definitely like +3 this to get 100% chance and lower the cooldown. Because in PvP, right now it might not be the case, but later on when people use heroes to like in a speed team, and then like they have immunity to debuffs, or they're just immortal, you bring her along and you take those things off, and then you just burn the target, and you do that on a damage dealer to take out the threat, because if you take out their damage output, you're safe to clear the rest. Because assuming that if you're using an arena offense team, you're gonna go for mostly a burst setup. You're gonna use mostly damage dealing characters on a speed setup, and go first, or go have a lot of speed. So you're gonna be able to cut in between their heroes before their damage dealer goes, and be able to just take all the buffs out of the damage dealer and just kill it. So yeah, and then this means survival, but if you're using her for PvP, that 5% health at the start of the turn is not gonna be a game changer. And this increases her own combat readiness. She already has decent speed, so she's just gonna go more often because of this. And this goes up to it's only 5% increase, so 25%. It's mostly damage increase afterward. Well, it is only damage increase. So yeah, third skill, work on that. For Pat Power Loop, if you want to farm that, you go in adventure in the world difficulty. That's after you clear normal. And there is this stage that I'm farming now. Drops Pat Power Loop, but it will only drop off of maybe 1 or 2 type of monsters in there. I don't think the drop rate's gonna be too high. Where I got pretty much all mine, 31, was from 2-S1, Forest of Song. And the reason why I'm farming there, and maybe why you should be farming there, is because this drops for Tarnar Guard to enhance his skills. It's actually not on the highest drop rate, unless I'm it probably doesn't drop for all these monsters, but yeah, more than 9 that I got. I've been gaining some from my guild as a donation as well. So, but Pat Power Loop drops like crazy in here, and these can be used for awakening on Destina's fourth awakening. So yeah, there are more stages. It depends on what hero combination you're using, and so maybe you can find a stage that will drop for a skill enhance for Clury and other heroes that you're using. But if you're using Clury, you most likely are using Tieria or Silk, because you want to go first and then take out the buffs off of the target and then kill that target. So yeah. Oh, in terms of artifact, Clury, you want to go before the enemy. So really, if you are using her in PvE content, using her for a boss like Golem, you can take out the buff, provoke, and apply defense down. That's a huge turn of event. Like you are taking, like, if the boss has defense up and you're taking it out and putting defense down, you will do so much more damage if you didn't have defense down already, debuff on the target. But here you can use, if you want more speed, I mean, if you're using a Tieria or Silk, you could be using that, or on her as well. If you want to lower the cooldown, because she's defense based, so you're gonna gear her with defense. I would go speed. Yeah, it depends what you're farming really. If you can farm Wyvern and you want to mostly use her for PvP, you should use Swift with hit to increase your effectiveness to land debuff. If you are using her in the front line and she's getting hit often, you could use this to reduce the turn cooldown, to make her have her ultimate skill 3 available more often. And beside that, you could, if you use her as a tank and you want to gain some survival for her to last longer, I mean, yeah, this is one of them. Applies the barrier on yourself. And if you want to have a higher chance of landing the debuffs, you can use Haute Key. This is for 3 stars, so mostly for free-to-play players. Where is that other one? If you want a bit more damage, you could use Daydream Joker. It's great on support characters, and I mean, as you fight higher stages, the boss will have a lot of health, and this will help out over time with dealing with, well, taking the boss down, helping your damage dealers, and if you want a bit more defense, when health is above 50%, you can use Egg of Delusion. And for 4 star, she is where is she at? Okay, she's a knight. So you've got 3 options. This is good to redirect damage from your allies and boost all their defense by 10%. Redirect damage onto Clury. So a survival option there. This is gonna be for PvP mostly, because they will be running crit damage. I mean crit chance, sorry, on their damage dealer for sure. Hilag Lance. This will only work if you get if one of your ally gets attacked with a single attack. So this is gonna be the. It cannot be like a skill that hits multiple times. It has to be like one single attack. I wouldn't use that thing unless you didn't have something better. Since she's gonna be geared out for speed defense, effectiveness, especially, you want her to land that that third skill, unless you're gonna soul burn it, and you're not gonna get resisted, because it cannot resist. It's gonna land on the target with soul burn, but that's 20 souls, and you're not gonna have that in PvP unless you're using a specific artifact at the start. This on a mage, you can use this, increase your souls by 20 at the start of the stage, and it works in PvP. Well, that's if it's max, but you'll have like around 15 souls. It's not too hard to level the artifact at that level. And 5 star, if you're dead, can revive, but I feel like she's gonna go with her turn. She has one role, is basically she has to take out the buffs and provoke and defense down. So I mean, yeah, the damage dealer will target her because she's gonna land the provoke. That is assuming you are doing it on the damage dealer in arena, and if she gets taken out, but she's gonna be built for survival. So if you took the buff off of the damage dealer, it will do less damage, so it shouldn't be able to take you down easily. So I don't think this is worth it. But in PvE, if you're using her against Golem, and let's say you died, it could be useful. Now, the counter attack, if she used her skill 1, because that's what she's gonna counter with, she's gonna increase her combat readiness. So yeah, she can go again. That means she's gonna heal herself, and she's gonna have her turn come faster, and have her ultimate skill 3 come back earlier. But still, that's better on a hero that has something useful on the skill 1, not only combat readiness for itself, but like a defense down, a provoke, attack down, something, a self heal maybe, but no, not even. But it's mostly it's most powerful on a provoke, I would say, because you could lock down a target. Oh wait, Wait, there's 2 here, so that's it. Yeah, so it's hard to say which one is the best, really. Redirecting damage in PvP would be quite good, but if you're using her in offense team, which is where you'll use her most of the time, yeah, you basically want to go first, because if you don't go first, you could be in trouble. Yeah, that's not going to be very useful. You need to guarantee kind of like landing that debuff, the whole combo on the skill 3 on Falconeer Clury. So this is only 3-star, but you're gonna want 100% effectiveness. Hopefully it's not like Summoner's War, that even if you have like your hit is cap, you still have I mean, depending on how much effect resistance the enemy has, it has to go through all that stuff, so you might have to just go with that thing for PvP. Or I mean, if the fight drags on, let's say you didn't kill the DPS but you taunted it, it depends. If you're fighting, because you're gonna fight the AI, so it's not gonna be too smart, but you can kind of control who will target Clury. If you're fighting majority of the enemy team and their damage dealer is fire, they will target earth. So you could, yeah, if you know you're gonna get hit, or if you're using her in PvE, you could use this thing and have her in the front line. And if whatever you're fighting in PvE is fire, they will target her most of the time as well. And if she's in the front line, yeah, this could be useful, because her ultimate is on a pretty high turn. So Prophetic Candlestick. So quick a quick review now. Clury, I wouldn't use her until she's specialized into Falconeer Clury, and she's gonna be more useful in PvP than anywhere else. But I'm sure there's some battles in the Abyss where you could do because it's huge, the difference that it's gonna provide. Oh yeah, and actually I need to go through what steps needs to be done for her to become Falconeer Flurry. But in one skill, this can change the tide, turn the tide of the battle like real quick. If you're fighting an Abyss boss and like you don't have a defense down debuff, and the boss has immunity to debuffs, like has a barrier too, is like attack up, defense up. You come in with this thing, you remove everything, and then you provoke, so you take out the threat that your damage dealer or support in the back gets hit, and then you lower the defense. Like, that's crazy. And then you just turn around and just nuke the hell out of the boss and deal insane damage. So, and then you could also get it set up so you soul burn, so you guarantee that it lands. So it's huge. It's huge. And what are people saying? Okay. So yeah, on specific encounters, and like I said, the stats are good. Health is good, defense is good, speed is a bit low, but still getting effectiveness 9% from her awakening. It must be maybe 2 nodes, it adds up 3 and 6% for 9%. And let's check what is required here for Clury. So for her specialization, wait, no, that's not connection. You go in hero and then you go in speciality change. And well, she has to reach 50, so I can't even tell you guys. So course, yeah. I don't think I will build her because she serves a very specific role, and for me as a free-to-play player, I prefer to focus on heroes that will be used in the majority of the content, because my resources are pretty low compared to someone that would spend money, and that is why I would not build Clury until mid or late game. We're still very early game in this game, since it was released not too long ago globally, and yeah, I would use Clury when the when people have arena defenses where like it starts to be really annoying with really tanky group compositions, and I really want to take a threat. Maybe it becomes so tanky that you've got to take them out one by one, and she's gonna be able to come in there and do that for me, and do that for you as well. So effectiveness is pretty key here in PvP, because you're gonna need to land that ultimate, because if you don't, it's her role is wasted. And yeah, so I would go speed hit, or you could go, as long as you have someone that buffs your speed and buffs your combat readiness in your group, you can just you don't need that much speed, so you could even go counter on her, but that's assuming she's gonna get hit often, which is gonna be for PvE, because with this thing she can increase her own combat readiness. Okay, what happened there? Combat readiness 5%, so it's 20%, but on Clury it was 20 plus 5. Yeah, 20 plus 5. Now there's another thing, when you specialize into her and she becomes Falconer Clury, after, because I can, where is it? Because like for Lorena, I know that when you do the connection and you do the quest for the specialization, you unlock some new like talent, and you need to farm whichever. You're gonna need to farm a bunch of like these and these to maybe even the tier 1, probably these early on, and you advance in that talent tree, and you will get your Falconer Clury stronger and stronger. You might get a bunch of useful stuff. You might be able to lower the turn even more on this thing, but yeah, the information is out there if you want to get the exact information about her specialization, when she can further enhance herself with that whole talent, rune talent tree. So yeah, that's it. That's the review for her. Unfortunately, I will not be building her soon, but in the near future she definitely has a use in PvP and specific PvE encounters. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching Master Nox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.